Now we are here interviewing the teachers who are actually leading the projects on site. Mr. Eamonn, could you please introduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Mr. Eamonn. I've been teaching at GIA for over 10 years, basically my whole time in Korea.
Wow.
And this year I've taken over the computer science department, trying to revamp it, make it more exciting. Yeah.
All right. So this is my first question to you. How has PBL changed the way your students learn and interact?
So one of the main goals of PBL is student voice and agency in their learning. And I think there's a danger, especially in computer science, of prescribing so much because we want them to get good at coding, so to speak, right? And there's enough that they can memorize, but to a certain point, it loses all meaning. And so if the students can take charge and take control of that learning, then they can find their own meaning. And once they've done that, then everything that they see is going to be learned and remembered.
Wow. What feels most exciting and different about teaching through projects?
So instead of me making up a curriculum or choosing a curriculum from a textbook, the children have a project that they're working towards, and there's a final product, or we're going to have the showcase soon. And whether this is VR or making a news blog or whatever it is, the children can have that focus, that end product that is real, that is seen by their parents and seen by the teachers. They don't have to memorize for a final test. Instead, they're going to pour their energy into this final product, this project, and we're seeing the passion, and we're seeing how good they can be.
Right. I guess that's also self-directed learning.
Right, exactly. So we, of course, have to make sure that they are learning, and we have to control some parameters around that. But most of the energy that they get is because they have this project at the end, and they can kind of make their path towards it.
Which skills do you see your students developing the most through PBL?
So I think one of the strong points of PBL is, since students take agency over their learning, they become much more confident in what they have learned. There's the old problem where children go home and their parents say, "What have you learned today?" And the children have no memory of what they've done because it was boring, or because, they're interested in the moment, but then it disappears.
Right.
So the good thing about PBL is they're so interested and so engaged in what they're doing. Well, that's the ideal, right? We want them to be so engaged with what they're doing that they take that into their personal lives, and they take that into their, outside of class time, so they can go home and work on their projects, or they can talk to their friends and peers and parents about their projects too. So I think that's one of the main skills, that confidence and that, retention, because they're interested in what they're doing.
Okay, so this is my last question. What's been the biggest learning moment as a PBL teacher, and how did you grow from it?
So one of the challenges that I faced as changing from traditional curriculum to PBL is learning to manage the classroom a little differently. In PBL, at any one time, the children might be working on different parts of their projects at the same time in the classroom. If we have them in teams, we need to trust that they can work in their teams. We need to encourage them in a slightly different way so that they stay on track, and manage the classroom in a slightly different way to traditional teaching. I think that's been the biggest eye-opener and the biggest challenge for me, because letting
go of that control.
Exactly. Okay. But also making sure that the kids are safe and happy and still on track. Yeah, it's pretty tough, but really interesting. And you learn so much about the children and their personalities as well once you do kind of let go of the reins a little.
Okay. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Eamonn, for your time.
No worries.
At GIA, we are incredibly excited to see what progress our students will make under PBL. Bye!